So if you've been involved with the stock market for a long time, then you know that it takes a good understanding of not only the market, but of human emotion as well. However, that's kind of easier said than done, especially when you think about work, family, school, and all of the other responsibilities that we have. Finding consistent candidates to trade can be very challenging. So in this video, I'm going to break down some of the tips and strategies to help you find the next big move, no matter what season of life you're in. Coming right up. Hey, what's up? Rob here with Wealth Builders HQ, where we bring you the best tips and tools for building your skills to develop wealth for today and well into the future. And on this channel, we do a lot of stock market analysis for long and short term, as well as recaps just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, one of the questions we get most from our Wealth Builders HQ community is, how do you look at where the stock market has been and determine where it is headed? So we have actually put together an entire free live training workshop that is all about finding the best candidates for today's market. And there's a section for the community, you, to bring your stocks to the event and have me analyze them for you in real time. This free workshop is called Power Hour, and it's taught every Monday live online at noon Eastern Time. I'll leave a link to it below in the show notes. All right, so let's start off right away with looking at our very first chart, which we do every single week, which is the S&P 500. So guys, last week when we talked about this in our update, we talked about this dreaded box of neutrality. And let me zoom in on this as much as possible so you can see it here. This rectangle, this yellow rectangle we have here, this orange highlight bar in the background is when we did the last update from. When we look, this right here is June 1st. That's the previous Friday, last week. So we talked about getting a breakout of the rectangle, which we gapped right up to it on Monday. We ran up and closed higher. We pulled back on Tuesday and gave us a great opportunity to consider entering long positions right at that point. It was a confirmation from the market to do just that. And then we ran wonderfully from there. So when we look at the movers and shakers from last week, here's a couple of them, guys. We've got 6 of them on our list today. Just take it out a little bit there. So again, orange bar where we left off last week. From that orange bar with Baidu, we had a great breakout from last week, guys. Nice run. A lot of the strength came in on Monday. A little push up higher on Monday on the open, pull back. Tuesday it went up higher. Wednesday high, Thursday higher. Friday we got a little bit of a pullback, which was something that we saw. If we go back to the S&P 500, we saw on Thursday with the S&P. On Friday, we saw the S&P take its move higher. So we had some mixed conditions on Friday, as you'll see, and I think it was just some profit taking on stocks that were happening in there. Biogen. I love Biogen as a stock. It is an aggressive position, not for the faint of heart, right? Biogen had a nice move, and this is one of them that had that pullback on Friday. CMG, Chipotle Mexican Grill. Great company. I love who they are. I love how they push and they fight because they've struggled. There is absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts. They have struggled from $757-ish, dropping all the way down to about $250, $260 or so, maybe $270 was the low they hit. Actually, it's down here. So yeah, right about $250 is where they were. And pushing back up and fighting from that $250-ish low down here all the way back up to $450. Management, they're committed to the customer. I like them as a company, right? They definitely have struggled a little bit with some controls in their business. Good move up on Monday, on Tuesday, a little vacillation the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I do like the bounce we took off of that 447 level from Thursday into Friday. Costco, we have an open position in power option plays on Costco. Love it, love it, love it. It's been a great mover for us. Right, we had a good strong push to the upside, so we closed last week off on Friday right about 197. We're sitting at about 204. So nice little move for a Costco. Spiders SPY, same rectangle, same breakout, same position, right, as the S&P 500. Good strong push up. Then we're looking at Tesla, TSLA, right? Tesla's been beaten up a little bit, not being able to convert. Pushing things back. Some of the statements made by Elon Musk have hurt the company a little bit in their movement, in their price. Traders, investors are starting to look cautiously, I think, at the forward-looking statements, looking at things like PE ratio how bad it is for them as a company, how bad the number is, and wanting to see some results happen instead of everything on the come of, yep, it's going to get there someday. We're really looking for some things to take place now. All right. So guys, I want to give you a couple things for this week to take a look at. The very first thing are economic reports. You've got to focus on these economic reports. So on June 12th, we have the CPI coming out, and that is at 8:30 a.m. and the 12th is on Tuesday. So what we would be looking for there, consumer price index, we're looking at futures trades going on there on the NASDAQ or on the Dow, either one of those, or you could use the Russell. I would stay away from the ES in there. On the 13th, market open, 10:30 in the morning, we're looking at crude inventories. That's always a big report. We'll be trading oil futures at that point. 2 o'clock on that day, on the 13th, again, Wednesday still, is the FOMC. Now, that's going to cause some lighter volume on positions through the day possibly. So you can look for the 1, 2, 3 breakout, right? So if the FOMC comes out, if it causes a directional move, let's say the news is good and it moves up, you could try to catch the breakout if you're really fast and really good at making decisions and using your platform. But realistically, for most traders, they're going to want to wait for the pullback, that's the B, and then the bounce, that's the C, right? Or the 3, right? 1, 2, 3. 1 is the move up. 2 is the pullback. 3 is the bounce in there. And on June 14th, we've got retail sales coming out. June 14th, my daughter's birthday, is Thursday, the 14th, 8:30 a.m. retail sales. Once again, we'll be looking at some futures trades in there. And both CPI and retail sales can help set the tone for the day. So keep your eye on those numbers to know what's going on there. All right, next segment here, let's talk earnings. So we're not really in an earnings season. There's not a lot of companies coming out with earnings, but there definitely are some that you should take a look at. The very first one is RH, which is Restoration Hardware. They're coming out on June 11th after the market closes. H&R Block has an announcement coming out on the 12th, HRB. Not a very big moving stock. And then on the 14th, though, we do have Adobe, ADBE. They are a high flyer and definitely have some potential to move. All right, so there's a couple of earnings coming up. Make sure you check our newsletter out this week. You see all the major earnings that we're looking at for the week will be posted and listed in there, as well as all of the economic reports that we're looking at. Now I want to go through our next segment, which is hot stocks. What are we looking at this week for some potential candidates to make a move, right? So here we have Amazon, AMZ, and guys, they were on our list last week. They went from $1,642. They ran all the way up to $1,700. I hope you capitalized on that. Guys, we called it last week. I really hope you took advantage of it. Major money potentially on that stock last week. But they pulled back, which is great. Guys, if you ran from 1630 up to 1700, I think you should have took some profits along the way. Okay? Hopefully you did. And if you don't have a system that you use, come on in and check out what we do on Power Option Plays, guys. Every single week, twice a week, we do a recording that shows you the stocks that we're in, what we're trading, where they're going. Here's our entries. Here's our targets. Here's our exits. You get all the rules. Heck, we got to be doing something right. We're up well over $500,000 on our account this year. So we're definitely doing something right in there. But anyway, Amazon, number one. Alibaba. So Baba had, again, a nice explosive move up. And you may look and say, well, Rob, there's no line here. Why did it fail? Oh, there's a line there. There's definitely a line there. You just have to look, right? That line is back here at 210.78, right? And what did we get to our high on this day? Our high was 211.70, so about $1 higher than our resistance line was. So we ran to it. So guys, when I tell you, go ahead and, we're looking at this one as a potential trade, we got the move up. 211 was a target, right? We were, or 210 was a target. We already were there. But we're sitting back right above our moving average now. Look for the potential bounce on Alibaba. Booking, which is Priceline, right? And for those of you that look at this and say, wow, Rob, you got a lot of stuff happening on your screen there. It may seem that way now if you're not familiar with Fibonacci's, but guys, it is a great way of looking at targets on your screen. So we pulled right back to the support level. We're getting the bounce. There's a possibility of another continuation. Chipotle makes it to the list, not only of the movers and shakers, but also of the potentials. So we did have the nice explosion up. We came back down and retested on Thursday, bounced on Friday. I wouldn't mind seeing a retest at that 448 level-ish, even with a wick or even getting close to it. If you're looking at taking this trade on a breakout, you can if you are the breakout trader. Your stop's going to be somewhere below that 446.20 level, which is the moving average. Google. Oh, once again, on our list. And what does it do? Go, 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 go. Just keeps exploding, right? Moved all the way up to that 1150 level. Even if you got in the trade at 1138 and out at 1150, you're about $10 or $12 move you took in there. You did pretty good. Right now, I pulled back to the moving average, which is what we needed it to do. Give me a bounce, and there's a potential entry. NFLX. Oh, we're sitting right there, guys. So I love the pattern. I love where it's sitting. Again, we get into all the details in Power Option Plays. I truly hope to see you guys there this week. Awesome. I hope this update was helpful, and I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And actually, if you want more insights like this, you could just go over to wealthbuildershq.com. I'll post a link to it below. Now, the question of the day is, what stocks are you going to be looking at for next week? Go ahead and let me know in the comments section below. So thank you for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, Wealth Builders HQ is bringing you the best tips and tools for building sustainable wealth in the stock market. Keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon. Take care, folks.